Louis, what's happening now?
As a court case, my lord, we continue with the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Hose by Advocate uMshololo for accused number 5.
If I understood Ms. uMshololo yesterday, she said she was now through with cross-examining Mr. Hose with regards to his initial affidavit.
Yes.
Am I quoting you correct, ma'am? You're not listening.
Sorry, I was not listening to say. I was through.
You told, just quote, that you are now through cross-examining Colonel Hose with regard to his affidavit DD5. Now we are going to cross-examine him with regard to DD5, A, B, C, whatever. Is that what you said?
I can't remember. But the nutshell is that I was not done, my lord, with my cross-examination.
You want us to play back what you said yesterday?
No, my lord.
Because you say you can't remember.
It's not in dispute, my lord.
It is. I'll tell you why it's in dispute. Maybe you're categorizing it incorrectly. Remember, Colonel Hose, after some of the defense pointed out certain mistakes in his initial affidavit, and also the fact that he had to analyze some other numbers which related to the hard copy, section 205. He said he has to testify on that. Am I correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
Right. The defense reneged, apparently Mr. Nisi, on the agreement we made that even though he was now being cross-examined by Mr. Nisi, because these mistakes and the new evidence has been pointed out, let him proceed in chief. And I said we can use section 167, you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mgumezulu, Kamsipi, Nisi, Umalo, and yourself, you agreed. On Monday, you turned the tables. We have never heard of such a procedure. Mr. Nisi, that's what we say. I would suggest that let us cross-examine Colonel Hose, and after we've cross-examined him, basically on the basis of XDD5, then we'll await the state whether it wants to bring an application for the evidence in DD5.1 and 5B, A and 5B to be entertained.
I understand now, my lord.
Okay.
I understand, my lord. No, my intention, my lord, is from now, it's not going to go to all the new additional statements that were
on the old one.
On the examination in chief.
No problem.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord, for that clarity.
Yeah, that's it.
My lord, if I may, I'm still under cross-examination of counsel for 5.
Yes.
If I may, can I just clarify something about that came out about yesterday?
Okay.
If I may.
Yeah.
My lord, during cross-examination by counsel 5 yesterday, as per paragraph 15.2.1, I just want to open quickly my initial statement, exhibit DD5.
Yes.
Uh, 15 point, just want to get to that one. Paragraph 15. 15.2.1.
Yes. It's on page 11 of your initial affidavit.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm going to read it. 15.2.1, the number of Ishikulu and Tuli accused 5 with cell phone number 27715951239 was saved under SIM card index 75 as Dungusani.
Yes.
And I then said that this number was identified by Colonel Stein and investigation team and through section 205. It was established that the number had various communication of other suspects according to the database received by Colonel Stein.
Yes.
it was then put to me by the council that this number does not belong to accused 5, but actually to Lungusani Ndetwa, a cousin of accused 5.
Yes.
She said, my lord, physically informed me that Lungusani Ntuli is his cousin, and she actually said Ntuli, and she said, sorry, it's Ndetwa.
Yeah.
I just want to mention, my lord, that this number 27715951239 was found, as already testified, on the phone book of accused 2.
Just a moment. Ngicela nje ukuthi ngibuyele kamuva ke kubufakazi bami ke engikushilo ke izolo nangenkathi ngihlonywa ke imibuzo uyena ke ummeli kaMmangalelwa wesihlanu ngishilo ke ukuthi ke inamba lena kaMmangalelwa kaFiso kuhle Ntuli uMmangalelwa wesihlanu u277159512339 yayisave ku sim card ngaphansi ko index number u75 kubhalwe uLungisani nokuthi inamba lena ke kumina ke yakhonjwa ke noma ke ngayitshelwa ke uKenneth Stein nethimba eliphenyayo nokuthi ke ku section 205 kwamanye ke amanamba kwatholakala ukuthi lona ke le number lena yayinokuxhumana ke amahlandla amaningi kanye nabo bonke abanye abasolwa nakuyona ke idatabase eyatholakala kuyena uKenneth Stein. Uqhubekekile ke ummeli kaMmangalelwa wesihlanu washo ke kumina ke ukuthi uMmangalelwa wesihlanu uthi ke inamba lena akusiyo eyakhe kodwa ke ekaLungisani Ndwandwe futhi washo ke nokuthi umzali noma ke ucousin wakhe uMmangalelwa wesihlanu my lord ubhalile ke lana wenza ama notes ukuthi ufisa kuhle Ntuli uyangitshela ke ukuthi uLungisani ngaphambilini ummeli uthe uLungisani Ntuli kodwa wase eyakulungisa ke lokho ethi uLungisani Ndwandwe useyaqhubeka ke uthi ke le number lena ke fanele ukutholakala kwayo yayisave we kuma number noma kuma contacts akhe uMmangalelwa wesibili uMiphosisi.
So it's not correct to say it was saved under index 75
of accused 2.
You are amending your evidence.
No, it's in my evidence that it was
You
saved.
did correct it in the DD55B.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not, no, it is in my statement, original statement.
Original statement.
Yes.
That it is saved under?
Lungusani index 75.
Right.
Okay. But now,
But also, in addition, you say?
No, and I just want to mention, my lord, it's saved on the accused 2's phone
Phone book.
and not on accused 5 phone book.
Okay. Is that the amendment?
No, it's not an amendment.
If you want to add?
No, it's on my, it's on my statement, my lord.
All right, fine.
Just to mention that it's on accused 2's phone book and not on accused 5 phone book.
Okay.
So okunye futhi engifuna ukusho ukuthi le number nanje ngisaviwe ke ngaphansi ko index noma unumber u75 nanje ngolungisana ayisavewanga phone book yakhe ke uMmangalelwa wesihlanu kodwa eyakhe uMmangalelwa wesibili.
And then I refer to Exhibit DD52 that I was cross-examined also with all the communication between the various accused. And like I said, this number 27715951239 had various communication with accused 1, accused 2 numbers of accused 1, accused 4, and accused 2. And then earlier, if there's no communication with accused 5 and this number in any of the section 2 of all the numbers that is said that is his cousin, my lord.
Okay.
Then, earlier it was also put by counsel 4 that accused 4, by counsel 4 that this number 271595 belongs to the nephew of accused 4.
Can you repeat that, sir? Counsel for accused 4. Okay.
Is that,
Le number lena ke futhi bese ngishilo ke ngaphambili mase ngithola ke ubufakazi ukuthi yona ke le number ewu27715951239 ukuthi ke ibe nokuxhumana ke amahlandla ke nabamangalelwa uMmangalelwa wokuqala amanamba amabili akhe owesibili kanye futhi ke naye ke uMmangalelwa wesine. Okunye futhi ke okushiwa ko ummeli wakhe uMmangalelwa wesine ukuthi ke le number lena u27715951239 inamba kamshana ka accused number 4 uthi lokho kushiwo
Sorry, Colonel, before you proceed, I'm a little bit lost. Which question
sorry, I'm sorry, Ms. UMshololo. Let's take it as he is explaining it. You'll cross-examine him on those exigencies. So you say accused force counsel actually said the very number on which is on paragraph 515.2.1, ending with 1239. Mr. Ngumalo put it that that number belongs to accused number 4's cousin.
Nephew.
Nephew. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, fine. You can go and say.
No. Before you go on,
Okay.
which question are you answering now?
It's not a question. I ask if I can clarify.
Clarifying what? Clarifying which question?
That you stated to me that the number belongs to your client's nephew, and accused 4 also said that it belongs to his client's nephew. So I just want to clarify to whose nephew it belongs, my lord.
And the clarification, as I understand, Colonel Holmes, relates further to the fact that that very number that ends with 1239 is also saved. No, it was procured from accused number 5's phone book.
No, accused 2's phone book.
Sorry, accused number 2's phone book,
And
not
not
number 5.
That's correct, my lord.
That's the clarification.
Whatever explanation that you are giving, trying to give and add, I asked you, do you dispute that this number belongs to Lungisani? That's the question I asked.
I can't
So you
dispute it. He must come
Thank
testify
you.
and
Then that's the end.
That's 100%.
Whether it belongs to nephew or cousin or brother or granny, can you dispute that the number belongs to Lungisani?
The investigation team will testify about that.
Thank you, my lord. Shall I proceed?
Ithimbe liphenyayo ke elizofakaza ke ukuthi ke inamba ekaba.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, can I proceed, my lord?
Yes.
Thank you. Colonel, yesterday we paused when I had not yet finished. Right now, I'm going to take you through the transcript record, my lord, dated 27 July. The state is going to provide you. I've asked them to provide copies for you. Transcript record, my lord, for the date 27 July 2023, page 75, line 6 to 9 is the evidence of Colonel Steyn, my lord, that I'm going to refer the witness to for his comments. 75, yes. Line 75.
Page 75.
Page 75, line number 6 to 9. Line number 6 to 9. It was the cross-examination, it was the evidence in chief by the state, wherein Colonel Steyn responded like this. Then, next pointing, which is line number, I'm starting from line number 6, next to Mr. Steyn. You see that one? Yes. Then my next point during my analysis, I discovered that Kelly Kumalo, with a number 08270444358, she received a call from Tulinkani with number 0733059202.
I can see that. That's correct.
Ngiyakubona ke ummeli ufunda lana ke kubufakazi bakhe uKenneth Steyn konyaka ophelile ngo27 zika July 2023 la athi khona ke okulandelayo ke manje kucwaningo lwami ngathola ke ukuthi uKelly Khumalo ngenamba e0827044358 wathola ke ucingo olubuya kuNtuli Nkani ngenamba e0733059202.
Okay, let's go to another page, page 76, line number 8 to 15. It's still under the examination in chief of Mr. Steyn, my lord. Line number 8, it reads as follows. The number is 35150305303538 and the call type is the MTC, in other words, terminating call. she received the call. You see that?
You see that?
The start date of the call was 2 August. And the time was 2200 hours, 40 minutes and 47 seconds. And the duration of the call was 110 seconds, close to 2 minutes. She received what? A call. Okay, just note, we're proceeding.
Kuyaqhubeka-ke bese iyaqhubeka-ke la ku page 76 ichaza-ke inamba nokuthi-ke kwakuwuhlobo olunjani-ke u-MTC ngamanye amagama-ke i-call-ke leyo ibhalwe lana-ke u-terminating call uyena owathola ucingo noma uyena-ke washayela ucingo. I-date-ke yokuqala kocingo lolo kwakuyi-2 August 2014. Isikhathi-ke kwakuyi-22:40 47 seconds. Kwathatha isikhathi esingangama 110 seconds. Cishe nje kube imizuzu emibili. Wathola-ke ucingo lubuya ku 0733059202.
Okay, so she received a call from the other party at 0733059202. Then Mr. Baloyi further asked, you say the other party is, that was the question. And the answer by Mr. Stein, it says it is the suspect 5, Nkani. She received the call while she was in the vicinity of the Tower 3G Kimberley, MWCEN. I think that's a code of something.
I can share.
Ngiyakubona-ke wase-ke u-advocate Baloyi athi-ke omunye wathola uthi omunye waphendula-ke uKenneth Stein wathi yebo umsolwa-ke wesihlanu uNkani futhi-ke walithola-ke ucingo lolo yena-ke wayeseduze noma-ke ekwindawo yetower ewu-3G Kimberley MWCEN. Ngiyakubona lokho.
And the date of that call is the 2nd of August. If you just note that date, 2nd of August.
That's correct, madam.
Okay.
Ngiyabona ukuthi call le yayingeyi-2 zika-August.
And then let's move on to page 77 of the same transcript record, my lord. On page 77, line number 8 to 15. In other words, you see that sentence, starting with in other words,
Yeah.
she received, yes, that's Mr. Stein's evidence when he was testifying. He said, in other words, she received, by she, that's Miss Kelly Kumalo. She received a call, and a call was on 15 October 2014 at 17 hours 33 minutes 57 seconds. The time of the duration of the call was 98 seconds. A minute and a half more or less. Then the other party is the same. It is 0733 059205, which belonged to suspect 5. The tower reception area was 2G, Evidale Farm somewhere in Limpopo. I did follow it up. It ends there. Close quote, my lord.
Kuyaqhubeka-ke la kuyafundeka-ke usewuyena uKenneth Stein uthi-ke ngamanye amagama-ke wathola ucingo futhi-ke kwakungeyi-15 October 2014 17:33 ama-seconds awu-57. Isikhathi-ke noma-ke i-call leyo-ke kwaba ama-seconds awu-98 kwaba umzuzu onesigamu. Omunye-ke lona-ke owayekhulumisana naye noma eshayelana naye ucingo kwakuse iyona-ke inamba leyo 277330599202 ekuyeyakhe-ke umsolwa wesihlanu itower-ke noma indawo ibhalwe nanjengo-2G Ividale Farm sendaweni ethize-ke eLimpopo. Ngakulandelela-ke noma ngayenza-ke i-follow-up yalokho.
Okay. Then let's move on to your examination in chief now. On the transcript record, my lord, for the date 17 April 2024. The state is going to give you that record.
On what number?
Or you can just permit Mr. Sibanda if you have it on the system.
On what number, my lord? Paragraph?
No, sorry, I'm referring to the record, not in your statement. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the state is going to give you the transcript for that date for 17 April 2024 when you were testifying in this court. Page 37. Page 37. Line number 22 to 25, and page 38, line number 1, and line number 10 of the same page.
Can I have a sheet?
Yes, yes. Just quote cites the
The case.
extract. Yeah,
The extract, madam.
because we can find it.
Thank you. When you were under the examination by the State Counsel Advocate Baloyi, wherein he asked you from page 18, sorry, from line number 18, you see, on page 37. Are you there?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. And Mr. Baloyi, he said, Mr. Baloyi, I just want to refer you to the evidence of Colonel Stein as appears on page 75, which is what I have referred you to just now, of the proceedings of July 27 July 2023. Just to hear what your comment is, my colleague will just show you the relevant page. It will be page 75, line 6. It is the same page 23. Then my next point, during my analysis, I discovered that Kelly Khumalo, with a number which he gives, she received a call from Tuli Khan. That's Mr. Baloyi now, who is saying she received a call after Stein has also said he received a call, with the number 073-305-9202. And he goes on to say it belongs to Fisoguhle. What is your comment regarding that? I'm going to skip the second paragraph and then we'll go to line number 13 of the same page.
Yes.
Where you responded.
Okay.
Your response was, in August 2014, I cannot testify on the 205 because I did not see it, so I cannot say. But according to the XDS, that number was in use. Let me just check that number. It was given up a reference on 2012-11-24.
That's correct.
Okay. So according to my understanding, you correct me from these paragraphs that I've read to you, they are saying, or they mean that Ms. Kelly Khumalo received a call from the number ending with 202, the one we have read yesterday, which belongs to Mr. Ntuli.
That's according to...
That's my understanding of this.
That's correct, yes.
Uzosho-ke uma ngenza iphutha-ke kodwa kulokhu engiqeda ukufunda-ke manje lana bayasho-ke ukuthi uMiss Kelly Khumalo-ke wathola ucingo olubuya kuyona-ke le number egcina ngo-202. Uyavuma-ke ufakazi uthi yebo ngokwalokhu okushiwo-ke noma okubhaliwe la.
I'm going to show you, if the state can assist me with a copy for the section 204 records for Ms. Kelly Khumalo. Sorry, 205, my lord, not 204. Section 205. That affidavit, Mr. Baloyi, the one we discussed about for Pinky. For Pinky. It's a short extract of the section 205 records. It has been certified correct by Ms. Pinky, Russia, Vitilingam from Vodacom.
Yeah, I hear you, but with the understanding that Ms. Kelly Khumalo had five cell numbers.
Yes, my lord, but...
No, fine. I'm just saying that is the background I understand. That Ms. Kelly Khumalo had 5 cell numbers.
Yes, he had five cell phone numbers.
Fine.
5 cell phone numbers, but...
No, fine. That's all I'm saying.
In this context
No,
of...
you can proceed. I'm saying I understand the gravamen of the question, but one must take into consideration that this lady, Ms. Kelly Khumalo, had, is it 6 or 5?
Something that regional.
Yeah, six cell numbers. Fine.
Yes, I understand that, my lord, but in this part of the extract which I have read into the record, Colonel Steyn also only referred to the number of Miss Kelly, the one which is 082 7044 358.
Okay, fine.
Yes, my lord. He did not say all of them. He said only this. She received a call from the number ending with 0202, my lord.
Okay.
That's the evidence of Kenneth Steyn.
Right.
Yes. In this affidavit, I think you'll be able, we are not going to go to all the pages, just the entries on the 2nd of August. If you can see, if you can, you can't read.
Even using my spectacles.
Okay. Under the, in this section 205 records, under the date of the 2nd of August, 2nd of August only, if you can check for me the calls that were received by the other party.
Yes.
The two numbers, remember the two numbers we're looking for, the one for Kelly is 082 7044 358. And the one for Mr. Ntuli is 082 7044, sorry, 0733 059202. So if you can check for me under the records of the 2nd of August 2014, if there is any transaction reflecting a call that was received by Ms. Kelly Khumalo from the number belonging to Mr. Ntuli, which is 9202.
Please, my lord. The state objects to the question on 2 grounds. Firstly, this is the affidavit of Ms. Thillingham from Vodacom, who will be coming to testify. And secondly, this witness has just indicated in the portion of the record that was put to the witness that he did not see the section 2.5. So he's being requested to comment on something that he's got no knowledge about. We submit, my lord, that that would be an unfair question. Ms.
Okay, yes.
Thillingham will be coming to testify. That is a question that can be put to her.
Yeah, let's hear your answer to that question, if you are able to answer it.
My lord, but like the counsel said, this is not my statement. I can't read from somebody else's statement. They must come testify about the statement himself. I've never seen this section 205. Colonel Steyn has already testified about it. The state asked me questions and I replied, just replied to that questions.
Lana ke umeli umbuza ke uKennel ngokuthi ke uma ebheka la nge2 zika August 2014 abheke ke ukuthi ngoba ke amabili ke ama number esikhuluma ngawo lana ke ile ka Miss Kelly Khumalo e082744358 kanye nalena ke egcina ngo202 yakhe ke uMr Ntuli abheka ukuthi ngazo leza 2 ka August khona yini icall eyatholwa uyena ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo ebuya kule number egcina ngo202. Usethi ke yena ke akusona istatement sakhe lesi ke angeke ke abe kwisimo sokuthi angaphendula futhi ke i205 akaze ayibone no Colonel Steyn usebethulule ubufakazi mayelana nalokho.
Thank you, my lord.
Yes.
Thank you. You know, Colonel, you can't run away from the truth. You have been testifying in this court regarding the records of the other numbers. And now using that skill, I was asking you to read it for the court. But if you say you cannot because it's not your statement, I am going to read it to the court to show the court the reason why you're running away from reading this. You're running away from telling the court that there is no entry showing that Kelly Khumalo received a call from Mr. Ntuli. I'm going to read this entry right now.
As a good please, Manot, we really don't want to belabor the point, but we have already indicated that Ms. Fillingham will be coming to testify. She's the right person to comment. The witness has said he hasn't seen the section 205 and that, you know, he cannot comment on that. What would be the point of putting someone's statement to a witness when he clearly says he hasn't seen the 205s, and in any case that witness will be coming to testify?
So, for my understanding, Colonel House, you did not analyze that section 205
Of Ms. Kelly Khumalo?
Yeah.
No, my
You
lord.
did not.
No, my lord. And this is the extraction of the, I know it's under oath and it's an extraction, but I can't just go on extraction. I need to see the, if I need to analyze, I need the whole section 205. And this is just an extraction. If I can get the whole 205, I can do analysis for if you need to.
Lana ke kukhishwe nje kuphela ke okuthizeke kodwa ke mina akaze ngihlangane noma ngisebenzeke ngayi 205 yale number lena ekuthiwa yakhe ke uKelly Khumalo. Uma nginganikezwa yona ke yonke ila ngenze khona ke ucwaningo khona ke kodwa hanje ukuthi la kukhishwe nje lokhu kuphela.
But Colonel Stein already testified about this, so I can't testify of what he found on the
But
section.
the serious allegation by Ms. uMshololo is you are dissembling. She calls it running away from the truth.
But
what's your comment there?
I can't testify on behalf of somebody else. I can't testify on behalf of Colonel Stein, my lord.
Okay.
Or on this
Extract.
extract.
Mayelana nalokhu ke angikwazi ke ukuthi ngingafakazela uKenneth Stein mayelana nakho lokhu noma lokho engibuzwa ngakho.
Okay.
Yes, Mr.
Thank
uMshololo.
you. My lord,
Let's proceed.
yeah, thank you, my lord. No, I won't bother the witness, my lord. He has already answered, my lord. The witness is still going to come and testify from the service provider who extracted this section 205 record. However, my lord, because the number for accused number 5 has been implicated, my lord, I will ask to read the entries. It's just few entries, it's not many entries, for the date of the 2nd of August 2014.
But how is it going to help this court? Because those extracts you wish to read, according to the state, I don't have the section 205 records. The service providers, analysts, the lady is Miss Vish?
It's Fillingham.
Miss.
Fillingham.
Okay, right. She is the one.
Yes.
Who compiles it.
Yes.
She's coming to testify. So you'll have a, because you're going to read these numbers to Colonel House. He's going to give you the same answer that I didn't compile them. They're compiled by somebody else who has written an affidavit confirming this.
I agree with my lord. I agree with the court, my lord. However, the reason why I decided to get clarity on this issue, it's because
Yes.
Colonel House is testifying in the continuation of Colonel Stein, who has just retired.
Yes.
And he has also been analyzing the records in this case. As a result, that is why, my lord, I wanted him to comment on this issue first, that these two entries of the 2nd of October and of 2nd of August 2014 and 15 October, wherein the evidence says Ms. Kelly Khumalo received a call from accused number 5. It's not correct because there are no records in terms of this.
You are saying that, but he is saying he can't comment because he never deciphered them, he never analyzed them, They never saw the Section 205 records. So,
I
mean, how does it help us?
I only started after Colonel Stan was going
Yeah.
on pension, so that is last year, September.
So the
that
lady
I
who's
started.
coming, sorry, the lady who has made that affidavit, according to the state, is coming to give evidence. So you can take him to town on that.
Can we move on to the two numbers yesterday that you testified that they also belong to accused number 5? I'm done with the two entries that it is not correct that that accused number 5 called Miss Kelly Kumar. Let's move on now. There are two numbers which yesterday I put it to you that we deny them.
I think it's unfair for counsel to make that submission.
She knows.
She
knows that.
There's no evidence.
Yeah,
And
she knows that.
We've made it this point ad nauseum that the service lady from the service provider will is coming to testify, and she will explain everything.
Yeah, Miss uMshololo, that assertion as a statement validated by evidence, and you say we all know that it is not the truth. When this witness has testified that he can't comment on that. And
The state knows, my
wait,
lord, that is not the truth.
The state knows?
Yes,
Oh,
the
I
state
see.
knows. It's on record.
Oh, okay.
The state knows it's not the truth.
I see.
We will speak for ourselves, and it is not correct what Ms. uMshololo is saying.
Thank you, madam. We'll address it at the close of the case, Maritona, addressing on the merits. It's not true that Ms. Kelly
Yeah,
Kumar
but
received.
Ms. uMshololo, this court must establish what is true and what is not true.
Yes,
Not you or Mr. Baloyi.
Mr. Baloyi.
It's the duty of this court. You can present evidence to prove that or to disprove that. Then this court has to analyze objectively that evidence and decide where the reasonableness.
It's very difficult to accept
Is that
it.
so?
Let's proceed, my lord. Very difficult to accept it.
As a court, please. We don't want to repeat ourselves, but once again, Advocate uMshololo doesn't speak for us. The lady will explain, was this a WhatsApp call, was this a direct call? What happens if someone calls another party on a WhatsApp call? And we've explained that over and over to Ms. uMshololo, and what she's saying is not
And
correct.
I take it, as you said yesterday, she's also going to explain
Yes.
the so-called duplication of numbers.
Yes.
Because me and you, on says Lieke, we say it has been proved that there's a number which belongs to a person in Durban and also a person in Johannesburg. And you are saying there's some science into that, which the service provider will testify on,
Yes.
whether it's possible or not.
Yes.
Fine.
And contextualize.
Yes, quite. Okay, let's make progress.
We don't need.
Lo daba ke mayelana nalo ummeli ebebuza ngalo uKenneth ukuthi ngazo ithuza August lelo akusona iqiniso ukuthi ke uKelly Khumalo wathola ke ucingo olubuya kuyena ke uNtuli uthi ke umshushisi ke uyeza ke noma ke uzobizwa ke lo osebenza kwa Vodacom okuyena uPinky Russia Vithlingam uyena ke ozochaza banzi ke ukuthi kwakuyini kwenzeka kanjani iWhatsApp call iSMS noma yini.
Okay. Yes, let's proceed.
Can we proceed on the same transcript for the date, transcript record dated 17 April 2024, on page 29 now, under your examination in chief.
This is 27.
Do you want to?
Can you find it?
Yeah, we're just trying to print it.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Are you there?
Yes.
On page 29. Page 29, my lord. Line number 24, or maybe I should start from line number 23, where it starts with the Fisoguhle Ntuli Alice. You see?
Just get the next page. I've got page 29, yes?
Page 29, okay. This is your evidence when you were testifying on the 17th of April 2024, and you said, Fisoguhle, okay, let's start on line number 20. The same person there he phoned Fisoguhle Ntuli. That is also linked to him. That number, there is a photo of him that was from a profile that was taken, and then there is another number linked to him right here on top, 073305 202, Fisoguhle Ntuli Alice Nkani. Another number that is linked to this number, 0788 798 335, Fisoguhle Ntuli, that is from XDS, and then also section 205, 071 029 173, section 205, and the nickname Reggie. That I will also explain now. You remember now that portion of evidence.
You don't have the other page where you're reading now.
Sorry?
It's only one. You're waiting for the second one.
Oh, it's only 2 lines. It's only 2 lines, the following page, which says also section 205 of the number 071 302 173, section 205, and the nickname Reggie.
Thanks.
I was just reading to you so that you can be able to recall when you were testifying about this, were you saying this number 088 798 335 was saved under Fisoguhle Ntuli, and then the number 0713029173, and then nickname Reggie, that I will also explain. What are you saying there? Which one was saved as who, as Reggie? Which one was saved as Fisoguhle between these 2 numbers? If you can recall, if you can't recall, it's fine. We'll move on. We'll leave it like that.
I can't recall in context, my lord.
Angisakhumbulike ngoba lana kubhaliweke ukuthi leyo muntu noma leyo number leyo wafonela ke yena uFisoguhle Ntuli eqhunyaniswa naye ke leyo number leyo kunesithombe esikhona ke lapho esathathwa ke kwiprofile eyathathwa, kanye futhi ke kunenye inamba eqhunyaniswa naye khona lapho 733059202 Fisoguhle Ntuli, that should read alias Nkani, kanye nenye ke inamba nayo iqhunyaniswa nayo le number lena 0788798335 uFisoguhle Ntuli eyatholwa kwi-XDS, kanye futhi ne-section 205 inumber ewu-0713029173 kuyona section 205, kanye ke negama abizwa ngalo ke Reggie Reggae. Uthi ke lana akasakhumbuli kahle ukuthi ke kwakuthini noma wayichaza ukuthini.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's leave the evidence.
Wait a bit.
Sorry.
You can also recall, you remember there was a dispute between, I think it's the very gentleman, accused number 2, about whether the photo which appeared on your affidavit, which you say you lifted from the police records, and that normally when the police arrest a person, they take a photo of that person. And then there was a number, apparently after the downloading of that person's cell number, device, cell phone. You can't recall that evidence. You can't, okay, fine.
I remember about the photo, but I can't.
Yeah, okay, fine. Because it's Mr. Gomezulu who was taking you through that. You remember, sir?
That's correct.
He can't remember, so fine, let's proceed.
Okay, thank you, my lord. Let me take you to exhibit DD5, the main or the first affidavit of yours on paragraph 24. Yesterday we read these numbers, and I also referred you to the first number, which is 0713 029 1738. We denied that number because it belonged to Reggie, and in your examination in chief, you even testified that it was saved as Reggie. Any comment?
It's under index 80, that's correct.
Uyaphika ke le number 0713029173 ethi ke inamba yakhe ke uReggie ngoba nawe ke ubufakazi bakho ke uma uthola ubufakazi ushilo ke ukuthi isave wena njengoReggie yebo ke yachaza ke la index 80 yebo ukuthi ibhalwe noma isave kanjalo.
The one also which says 0788793335, you also mentioned it in page 29. That's what I was trying to find out as to how did you link it with accused number 5. As I was reading that paragraph of your testimony.
That's 79335.
0788796335.
Is it 6 or 8? Here it's 8.
It's 8.
Here it's 798.
Yeah, 798-335. From paragraph 22 of your affidavit.
Paragraph 22.1.
No, paragraph 24. 24 is the last number there, and it also appears on page 29 of the transcript in your examination in chief, wherein you referred to this number.
But, counsel, didn't you say your client admits that that is his number?
No, my lord, we denied that number. We admitted the...
Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
It's 277887989. It's only 19 here.
It's only 19, yes, my lord.
98335.
Yes, we
And
did.
this was captured on the 24th of November 2012.
Yes. We denied that one, my lord. There are two numbers in the same paragraph. They are the same.
Which one does your client admit? Because I have it on my notes as...
Is the one which...
which one?
0733-059202. Just above that one.
That he says it's his number.
He admits, yes.
That's the only number he admits, out of the 5.
Sorry, madam?
Out of the 5, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers.
Yes, he
only admits 1.
In paragraph 24, he only admitted 1.
Okay.
So, please, that is not correct.
Yesterday, wait. Yesterday was not put the way I'm putting it.
He did. It was also admitted that he admits that number ending with 176 that it belongs to his mother.
Yes. Anyway, fine. Let's proceed. You remember the mother of Tembegile, blah, blah, blah. Mother Batembegile. Who's the mother of accused number 5? He knows the number. That's how you put it. Number 5 knows the number because it's a mother's number, but the mother is deceased. You don't remember saying that?
No, my lord.
Mr. Baloi, wait. You remember somebody was deceased?
Yes, that's precisely what it was said.
Yes, I listen and I write notes.
My lord, I've never said that we are changing what we said in respect of the number belonging to the mother of the accused.
But
I've never said anything about that, and I don't know the reason why the state is standing up when I'm cross-examining. Because you can note down and do that in re-examination. That's not the procedure to disturb when counsel is doing cross-examination.
Well, firstly, my colleague doesn't have to raise her voice, and secondly, we submit that we are within our rights to put the correct information.
What was the assertion by counsel yesterday?
Well,
regarding those numbers?
The assertion was that the...
My lord, it's wrong for the state to respond on my behalf. I'm the one who was cross-examining.
Please, there's decorum in court. It's not a tavern. I normally attend taverns in Soweto.
I don't attend taverns.
Yes, that's why you don't know that's why you don't know what happens in a tavern. Sir, just clarify this. These four numbers, how do you record them? The five numbers?
Yes, what was put, my lord, as far as I have it, the number 07697355176 belongs to the late mother of accused number 5.
Right.
And that her name is Batetele Zungu.
Right.
And that the number 0733059202 is being admitted as belonging to the accused, or the number that the accused used.
Okay, fine. Yes, can you proceed then?
And then, my lord, I let the same witness in respect of the other affidavit, which is marked Exhibit DD5C, paragraph 9.2.1. Above this, wherein I indicated the second number, my lord, which you admitted as the number belonging to accused number 2. It was not on this affidavit, which is affidavit DD5. It was on the affidavit marked Exhibit DD5C. On paragraph 9.1 of that paragraph, I put the version to this witness to say we admit number 0766427007. We admitted that number, my lord.
Yes, what's your comment, sir?
She admitted what my lord said.
Yeah. Oh. I was clarifying that those are the two numbers that we admitted.
Okay.
But the second one, it's not appearing in paragraph 24 of Exhibit DD5.
That's correct.
It's on the other affidavit.
That's correct.
Lama number mabili ke ebesiwavuma kodwa ke enye lena ke sithi ayikho ke ku paragraph 24 yona ke ile number ke 0766427007 esiwavumayo ke kanye uma ngibambe kahle ke 0733059202 ilawo ma number lawo esiwavumayo ke.
Yes. So now I'm not asking you in respect of those two numbers that we admitted. I'm asking you in respect of the one that we denied, which is 0788798335. It's appearing clearly on paragraph 24 of Exhibit DD5. You see it? Yes.
Manje ke ngikubuza ngayo ilena ke esingayivumike ukuthi eyethuke e0788798335 ikhona ke ku paragraph 24.
Under the paragraph 24, we denied two numbers, which is 0713029173, and I've indicated that from your examination in chief, you indicated that it was saved under Reggie and it belongs to Reggie, and you cannot deny that. Yes.
Mabili ke ama number lana ke siphikisana nawo ke singawavumiki ukuthi awethuke la ku paragraph 24 yokuqala ke 0713029173 eka Reggie ke nawe uma ufakaza ke ushilo ukuthi isave nanjengo Reggie.
And then I was then seeking clarity on the second number which we denied on the same paragraph 24.
That's correct, Mala.
The 0788798335, because I was reading from your examination in chief to try to get what is it that you were saying, how did you link it with Mr. Nduli? That was my question.
Can I explain again how I linked it, Malo? It's about the Consumer Trace Report, the XCS report. That's not done by the police. Not done, it's done by a private company. As soon as you do apply for credit or close or bank or anything, that number is going on a credit control, the Consumer Trace Report, and that Consumer Trace Report was drawn, and that's the numbers that was found on the Consumer Trace Report. This was not identified by the investigation team or through investigation. This was done by Consumer Trace Report that on 2015 to 29 January 2015, the number 27713029173 was given as a reference, and in 2012, 1124 and 2015 0129, the number 278879835 was given as a reference.
Lana ke manje ke inamba ke sekubuza ngayo ile 0788798335 ukuthi ke nixhumanisa kanjani ke noma ngihlanganisa kanjani naye ke uNtuli akusiyona ke into eyenziwa amaphoyisa ke lena uma umuntu eya esitolo eyovula ke account laphayana noma ke ukuthenga lama izitolo lezi ke la uthi abantu bathenga khona impahla kodwa nje account evulwayo yila khona ke udonswa loyo mbiko loyo bese ke kutholakala lama number lana kodwa akusiyona into yenziwa amaphoyisa noma ithimba eliphenyayo ama data bhaliwe lapha ukuthi nge-29 January 2015 wanikeza ke ngale number 0713029173 bese kuthi ke ngo-24 November 2012 onikeza ke inange number 0788798335 atholakala kanjalo lawo manamba.
Thank you, my Lord. May I just have a word with my client, madam?
Yeah, fine. But just to add,
Yes,
this evidence, we are traversing it for the second time, because I actually wanted to know on which particular dates did the Credit Consumer Bureau
Yes. My Lord,
annotate these numbers, and I actually wrote them. That one was on the 24th of November 2012, the other one was on the 21st of January 2015, the other one was on the 29th of January, on the 15th also of January, and the other one was on the 24th of November 2012. And I also requested, how does the Consumer Council link these numbers? And the answer was that they are all linked to the ID of accused number 5, because it wouldn't make sense if I take credit at OK Bazaars and I don't give them my ID number. How will they know who am I? Because they may have a name and an address. And this is the phenomenon which actually plays itself in South Africa, where you find a guy steals your ID and then goes to Labnas and buys furniture as house. Okay, you've heard me.
Actually, my Lord, I was taking up from where we ended yesterday after reading the examination in chief of the witness, wherein he referred to these numbers.
Yes.
Especially the first one, that he linked it because it was saved under the name Reggie.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
But he linked all 5 of them to the Consumer Council.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What I was putting to the witness is what he said on record. That's why I read the evidence on record and the pages wherein he said it was saved as Reggie.
Okay, fine.
Yes. And the witness said, no, he cannot deny that. Then the third one, I finished with that. I also raised other queries about the last number because it also appeared under his examination in chief, my Lord. Those were the 2 reasons that made me to go back.
All right.
Can I have a word with my
Yes,
client?
yes.
Thank you.
Just as a matter of interest, Colonel Holmes, it appears that the Consumer Council, in addition, they don't take your fingerprint.
Not on the stage, my Lord, not that I know.
Yeah, that's how advanced South Africa is. Because,
I don't know.
Yeah, because one would imagine that, because that's the perfect, safe proof of identity, you know?
Fingerprint.
I can give them Madiba's ID number. And then what happens? They go to Kun.
Your next president, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, my lord. I've got just one question for the witness, my lord. Thank you. Colonel, still on under paragraph 24, under personal details summary, there is the address there that is reflected. I think it's the one that is on the screen. Is it the same?
That's correct.
Yeah. The Mr. Ntuli denies this address that we have given as his address there, corner of Main and Nugget Room in Benoni.
I can't comment on that, my lord. That's on the, it's not the address I've followed up. It's on the report of Consumer Goods Council.
Mr. Ntuli-ke uyayiphika-ke yoba wanikeza-ke ngaleliya kheli leyona leliya ebhake laphayana-ke ucorner of Main ne-Nugget room 317 Ndlovu House Benoni. Akukho-ke engakusho mina laphayana akusilona ikheli elatholwa yimina kodwa-ke ikheli elivela kuwona umbiko lo.
Thank you, my lord. I've got no further questions.
Thanks. Mr. You want to say something?
No, my lord.
Oh, okay. Mr. Balui?
As a court case, my lord, the state has already signaled out its intention to request for the reopening of the state case on mainly two reasons, my lord. Firstly, Colonel House has already indicated that during his cross-examination, he was criticized for not showing the communication between the various accused, and he indicated that he then went and compiled Exhibit 5B, which has been traversed in cross-examination by Advocate uMshololo for accused number 4, as well as Advocate uMshololo for accused number 5. He also indicated, my lord, that he also received further information, the section 2.5, on which he did the analysis, in particular accused number 3, which he has compiled in the form of an affidavit, Exhibit DD5 in brackets C. This has also been traversed in cross-examination by accused number 4 and 5 counsel. We have this situation now that the court is not yet in possession of these exhibits, which have already been traversed. We submit, my lord, that for the sake of completeness, that the witness be allowed to read the totality of these exhibits in the report, so that there's a complete picture of his evidence.
Yes.
My lord, regarding the reopening of the state case, this issue has been traversed when we're dealing with the AVL. Firstly, there has to be an explanation as to why the evidence was not led. We have just referred to the reasons why it was not led. And the court has got to look at the interest of justice. We are of the view, my lord, that it's in the interest of justice that this evidence be placed before the court. During that argument, we referred to the case of R versus Hepworth, 1928 AD 265 at 277, where the court held that criminal proceedings are not a game in which one side is entitled to claim the benefit of any omission or mistake by the other. The duty of the trial judge is not only to direct and control proceedings according to the recognized rules of procedure, but more importantly is to see to it that justice was done. And we also refer to the case of State versus Sheikh and others, where in the court held that the applicant stressed that they place their reliance on the general rule to a fair trial, which, as this court has held, extends beyond those specific rights enumerated in subsection 35(3) A to O of the Constitution. The right to a fair trial requires a substantive rather than a formal or textual approach. It is clear that fairness is not only a one-way street, conferring an unlimited right on an accused to demand the most favorable possible treatment. A fair trial also requires fairness to the public as represented by the state. It has to instill confidence in the criminal justice system with the public, including those close to the accused, as well as those distressed by the audacity of and horror of the crime. We also refer to the case of Multi-Choice Limited and others versus the National Prosecuting Authority, and wherein the court quoted the case of State versus Jukuzi and others, wherein the right to fair trial was defined as a comprehensive right and embraces a concept of substantive fairness, and that at the heart of the right to a fair criminal trial and what it infuses, its purpose, is for justice to be done and also to be seen to be done. And lastly, the case of State versus Dlamini, Dal and others, 1992 to SACR 51CC, wherein the Constitutional Court Judge Kriegler, as it then was, described the phrase interest of justice as a useful term denoting in broad and evocative language a value judgment of what will be fair and just to all concerned. My Lord, broad reference has been made to the summation to Exhibit DD5B, also Exhibit C, which are not yet before court, the extracts of the Section 205 of different accused, which are not yet before court, as well as the additional Section 205 of accused number 3 on the number ending with 169. We submit, my Lord, that the state be allowed to re-examine this witness on those aspects. And just lastly, during that occasion, when we applied for re-examination of a witness, we referred to Section 166 of the Criminal Procedure Act, which we will not traverse in any greater detail. But what's important is to mention that new matters in re-examination can only be canvassed with the leave of the court, which may allow further cross-examination on the new evidence, hence the state's application.
Yes, Mr. Mgomezulu.
As it pleases the court, my lord. My lord, I stand up not to raise an objection per se, but there is following submission that I want to place it on record.
Yes, fine.
Considering the fact that the accused persons have a right to fair trial, must also be relevant to say that in the circumstances the state is making additional information relating to in the course of the trial, the state must bear in mind that this is the second application they've brought And my lord, the accused persons are also entitled to a speedy trial in terms of the Constitution. Whatever the state brings into the attention of the defense during the course of the trial, if the court has so referred to a particular case that it must exercise its discretion, the court must bear in mind that that right will definitely be violated, the right to speedy trial as encapsulated in the Constitution.
Okay, yes, Mr. Ramsby.
If it may please the court, my lord, from my perspective, on behalf of accused number 2, we do not have any objection. As the court proceeds.
Thanks. Mr.
As it pleases the court, my lord, I've quickly navigated the reasons for the state's application, and I can find no prejudice, particularly that accused number 3 can suffer as a result of the application by the state if it were to be granted. And probably the court would also refer us, as it has been doing most of the time, to State versus Hepworth. Thank you, my lord.
1927?
Yes, thank you, my lord.
My lord,
Yes.
My lord, firstly, on this aspect, I think there were heads of arguments that I drafted,
Yes.
of which I'll also stick with those heads of arguments, even though we're dealing with a different
Yes.
aspect. Secondly, I've also traversed correctly, so as it has been said by my colleague for the state, I've also traversed to exhibit DD5 as well as exhibit DD5C.
Okay.
And thirdly, there will be no prejudice if the state reopened its case, because somehow, my lord, the evidence that the state intends to lead in the reopening assists my client to a certain extent. Thank you.
Okay, is that so? All right.
It is so, my lord.
Mr. uMshololo?
Thank you, my lord. I have no objection.
Okay. All right. It's just to state the law. The state has applied for the introduction of what Mr. Baloyi refers to as new evidence. I differ with that. It's not new evidence. The evidence which the state wants to lead now was prompted by the cross-examination which was attributable to all the councils. And it appeared that there is a lacuna regarding the section 205 records, which encapsulate the cell numbers of some of the accused. And this was occasioned by the fact that originally when the service provider was approached on affidavit to supply that information, the service provider supplied a disk somewhere before October last year, and also supplied a memory stick. And it transpired that all the councils here stated that they couldn't download the information in that disk because that disk was not compatible with their computers. Consequently, they requested that the state should approach the service provider again to send hard copies of the evidence encapsulated in the disk. That's one of the reasons. The other reasons, as I say, the lacuna in the evidence proffered by Colonel Gous occurred as a result of the cross-examination, where he was criticized that he did not fully refer to some of the numbers. Consequently, an adjournment was ordered by this court because Mr. Mgomezulu said his client's right to a fair trial had been infringed, and the rest of the council said they were ambushed because they were expected to deal with the evidence which was lately provided on hard copies by the service provider. And this court ordered that if they needed 2 weeks or whatever period to traverse that evidence and consult with their clients, the court is amenable to acceding to that request, which I did. So for about 10 days, this court did not sit to enable the state and even the defense to familiarize themselves with this so-called new evidence. But the law is clear. I quoted all the decisions last time. But the recent one I wish to quote, I've quoted it. It's the one from Traverso, R. and Van Heerden. S versus Van Heesten, 2004-2 SACR 478, where the learned Judge Traverso adds additional reasons why, if it is in the interest of justice, that assertion should not only apply to the state. And in the head note, she opines that section 32A, 3C of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 77 does not require that a formal inquiry be held, nor that a formal finding has to be made. If the presiding officer inquires as to the reasons for the request for a further postponement, like the state did in order to enable the service provider to procure and hand over hard copies to the state, and the state in this case concludes that a further postponement would lead, a refusal of a further postponement would lead to an injustice, that is sufficient for the court to intervene, because section 342A merely provides guidelines for the factors which the court should take into account when deciding whether to refuse a postponement or not. And the learned judges say there is a duty on a prosecutor to ensure that all the relevant information is placed before a presiding officer, and it must not be left to the accused or the defense alone. That duty to ensures that justice is done during court proceedings and rests on all the officers of the court. It is not a duty which is confined to the prosecutor or the state. And if the state does not place all relevant facts before a magistrate or a judge, justice can never be done or seen to be done. The National Prosecution Authority Act, I think it's section 179, also states that the state, through the prosecutor, is obliged to put all the evidence, all the available relevant evidence before the court. Maybe also we may refer to the case of the Attorney General of the Transvaal versus Key. It's a judgment by Kirchler, I think, 1992 or 1991, where he also finds that in the interest of justice, all the evidence which the state is in possession of must be put before the court. But he even goes further. Kirchler says, even unconstitutionally obtained evidence, the court, if it thinks it's in the interest of justice, must be traversed in the court. Okay? It's not necessary to state the other cases. State versus King, S versus King, where Harams is also of the same view. And I also quoted, if you remember, the case by Sutherland and Opperman regarding the fact that investigations in a trial like this one can inure right up to the facts when the state closes its case. And if you recall, I also referred to a case which was supposed to be heard on appeal in the SCA, and the state at that late juncture made an application for the reopening of its case because the state had come across evidence which in its view could influence the judgment in that case. And the SCA agreed. So consequently, even I am bound by the law in that fashion. So the application is acceded to. Okay. What's your time, Mr.?
It's 11:34.
Okay, 15 minutes. Agenda.
So, if you fill in la put, any define any
Kuyaqhubeka ukuqulwa kwecala likaSenzo Meyiwa eNkantolo ePhakeme yasePretoria.